So listen.
Yeah.
A friend of mine that I grew up with.
Yeah.
I talk about. He's called Fat Georgie.
Okay.
He's not fat no more.
Right.
Right.
He's
Every time we
Georgie.
see each other, we used to go. You doing all right? You're feeling all right? Somebody used to say, you doing all right? You feeling all right?
I'm doing all right, and I'm feeling real good.
I brought some friends in with me today.
I see.
You see them?
Yeah. I'm worried about Teddy.
What about him?
It looks like he's about to get whacked. It looks like he's going to get... There's a knife over his head, and he looks pretty scared, not for nothing. And he's saying, help.
Looking good? You feeling good?
I feel great, actually, man. Life is good. Life is very good.
Just to skip forward, we'll go back to the neighborhood again. I'm in WedSec. Now, WedSec is witness security for when you flip, that's where you go.
Right.
If you have a high-profile case. So you got to go through lie detectors to make sure you're not going there to hurt anybody or do anything to anybody because they want to protect the guys that are there too, right?
Right.
So I go through 2 lie detector tests. I pass. Marshals take me. I go on the 3rd floor, and the MCC is where they keep all the witnesses. Now, maybe there's 40 guys tops. Never forget, they throw you in a room. Now, what they do is they get your picture. You go by your initials, FG. They'll send you a picture around. They'll lock everybody down. They'll go into each cell, and they'll send you a picture around.
Yeah.
And each inmate has to sign you out. That's okay for you to come out. If somebody has a problem with you,
they're not signing.
They don't sign.
Yeah.
You're not coming out.
So it takes one person to make sure you can't get out?
Well, it's got to be a legit reason. Like, not one person could just say, well, I don't like him. He's not coming out.
Yeah.
They'll grab that person and they'll figure out what's going on. And
what's going on with him.
But there's been instances like that where, let's say a guy comes from another unit and that unit don't want him there because they heard anything. You get 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 people that don't want to sign him out. The guy ain't coming out.
They ship him out somewhere else, yeah.
So I never forget, first guy comes up to my window, Nicky Barnes.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, Big Frank, man.
Sizing you up or?
Looking through the window. You hungry? Yeah, I'm hungry. All right, man, we're going to fix you something. So anyway, finally they let me out. He made me some eggs over easy, grits, toast, you know, like a nice thing.
Nice breakfast, yeah.
You know, you have an open grill there. So he was making his own food. I'll get into that later about how they live in the units and stuff. Well, the point I'm trying to get at is, as I'm living there in the units, right, my first cellie was this kid from Philadelphia, South Philly. His name was Phil Kleti. Phil Kleti was on the Stanford case. Stanford was at war with another faction in South Philly, and he was there. So anyway, we're cellies. And Phil was a good kid. Like, he was a good guy.
Yeah.
All he did, I never seen somebody sleep so much. He could sleep.
Trying to sleep
he must have slept through his whole bid. I mean, he was only up maybe.
Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea at all.
Really?
I wish I could have did it. Eh?
Yeah.
Smoke, drink. How many coffees? I mean, all he did was drink coffee.
How do you sleep with all that coffee?
Right?
You'd think.
Drink coffee with creamer, smoke. I mean, sleep 18 hours a day. I mean, if he was up 8 hours a day, it was a lot.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
that's amazing.
And sleep to anything. There could be construction going on, whatever. There's Phil, like a baby.
Wow.
Because I would get up. I'm doing my thing. I'm going in and out of the cell. I'm doing this. He's out cold, you know. So we become good friends in there, right? And then he was on the same case. He had co-defendants, right? But when you got co-defendants, you can't be together, especially when there's a trial going on, because they don't want you coercing together. So when he would leave, his co-defendant would come. Kid John Vesey, another good kid on the same case. Became friends with him. Got along, good kid, you know, good, tough kid. Then when he would leave, Phil would come. But most of the time I spent was with Phil, right? So there's this Cuban kid walking around the floor with 18 years, cooperated. He's in the program. He pissed off. I mean, you had guys in there, you would think like, oh, okay, everybody thinks you talk, you go home. That's not the case. Like I was on with Vlad, just because you talk doesn't mean you go home. There's guys that the cooperation goes wrong like I did with gas and this one and that one. I can tell you, give you a lot of stories. I'm walking in there, I'm like, wow, this is an eye opener. This guy's walking around with 20 years, 40 years, 18 years. Some guys that were walking around had life. They're saying, well, their part of their deal was to do their time inside the unit because it was better to do your time in there than it was wherever they were at.
Yeah,
I
probably more
disagree with
comfortable.
that.
Yeah.
I disagree because I thought population was better. I'll get into that in another episode. There's this kid walking around the unit, right? Pestering everybody. Cuban kid. Everybody called him Cuba. Wasn't a big guy, you know, small guy, 5'5". Yeah, he was built, but nothing like, oh, this guy's a beast, you know? And he's constantly disrespecting. I mean, just looking for a problem. Nobody's giving him a problem because everybody they don't want to get into a problem with the guy. They don't want to get into a fight and all like that.
Right. Yeah. It's not the right timing.
Phil would come and complain about him. Everybody complained about him, right? So finally, I don't know what got it in my head. And I felt I needed to do this, right? I just said, you know what? I'm getting tired of this guy myself. I'm going to walk over. I'm going to hit him a little shot. A small guy. I'm going to hit him a 6-incher. That's it. Well, I didn't know I was going to break the guy's jaw. I hit him a 6-incher. I walk over to him. I say, Cuba, come here. I want to talk to you. He said, I got him up against the wall. Bang. Hit him a short right hand. Right? And then I was going to hit him with the left, but it was enough. You know, I just hit him one shot.
Yeah. You're trying to teach him a lesson.
He was hardly standing up. Fight's over. Cops come. They lock us up. Well, they made a big deal out of it because his jaw broke. And something shot up from his jaw up to his head or something. I don't know what happened with that. Where if it would have happened, he could have died.
Oh,
That's what they said.
Yeah.
All I know is that his jaw broke, right? I get locked down. I tell you, out of all the guys on the floor, Phil Kleti took care of me.
Is that right?
He come to my cell multiple times every day when he was up.
When he wasn't napping.
He'd be like, hey, Frank, you all right? Can I get you anything? Because he would run and get me stuff, you know.
Yeah.
If I want something to eat, if I want the coffee, want the whatever. You know, the cops would let him do it because, you know, we're in the witness unit, you know. He was a good friend. Still, like I said, I don't affiliate with felons, but I still consider him my friend. Him, VC, you know, all those Philly guys were good. So now they got me in a hole. It's under investigation. They got me locked up for 3 or 4 months. After that, they shipped the Cuban kid, they shipped him to Phoenix. They let me out, okay? Now I'm back in population. They shipped me to Farrington in Jersey.
Why is that?
Another WITSEC unit, which was better for me because MCC, you're locked down pretty much 23 hours a day. The only time you get any air is when you go to the roof 1 hour a day. And why you want to go to the roof? To stare at the barbed wire, you know? I get to Farrington. It's a brand new jail. I got more freedom.
You can actually step outside.
Everything's new. And that's where my first cellie was, Carlos Later.
That's right.
The guy from the Colombian guy.
Yeah.
I talked about him on Vlad.
Yeah.
I tell you, my daughters, my life.
Yeah. And they should be.
I tell you, I got to say the truth. I have to get off subject. When you got kids, you love them all the same. I got my son. I got 4 daughters, right? But when it comes to your girls, when you say daddy's girls, it's true. My son's my son. Love him. Die for him.
Yeah.
Okay? My daughters, as soon as I see their lower lip stop shaking, I don't know how to handle them. I get...
They get whatever they want.
I get in a panic. And man, when it comes to my daughters, I get vicious.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I don't care. I don't care who, what, when, where. I'll go back.
Mode.
I'll go back to jail. I'll go back to my daughters. Forget it.
Yeah.
So I feel sorry for my son-in-laws. Anyway.
Maybe there won't be any.
No, they'll be good kids.
Yeah.
You know?
They're not going to have a choice.
So
I didn't say that out loud.
So anyways, so now I get to Farrington, right? So Phil, where did Phil go? Phil, I think, went to Otisville. Well, he got sentenced. He wasn't happy with the sentence. And VC went to Minnesota, I think. But they're good kids, what I'm trying to say, right? Then I go to Farrington. Carlos Slater was my cellie. And then over there you had Frank Gangi. He was the witness with Tommy Karate. So he was FG1. I was FG2. What a joke, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's crying he got 10 years. You
It's
read Tommy
Angie.
Karate's book?
No, I haven't yet.
Yeah. Read the book, right?
Okay.
Okay. I don't know how many pieces of work he was on, but he helped dismember bodies, all that stuff. He's crying he got 10 years. We're looking at him going, Frank,
You got away.
come on.
It's good.
They
You got
had
away
nothing
with
on
it.
me. Yeah, but okay, just not to, I'll get into depth with Frank Ganji, right?
Yeah.
But let me just give you a highlight. Gets pulled over for a traffic ticket. They got nothing on him.
Yeah.
Right? He's so paranoid Tommy Karate's going to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
He just starts talking about murders. So they call the DEA up. They say, hey, we got this guy locked up. He's just talking about, the DEA's like, hold him there. So they know who he is.
Sure.
They go, he pleads guilty. They flip him. He takes them back to the cemetery Tommy Karate had. They dug up all the bodies. They got all the murders. And they arrest everybody.
Wow.
Testifies.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy Karate gets life. And he got 10 years. Cried
And he
every
was
day.
crying about the 10.
Yeah, because they didn't have him pinched. Like, in other words,
They didn't
he
have.
volunteered the information.
Right.
Well, after you told him what you did, 10 years wasn't a bad deal. You know, cutting a girl's leg off and all this other crazy stuff.
And he's bitching about that.
Bitching. Listen to this. Here's what he tells me. I'll tell you one thing he tells me, right?
Okay.
I have a million things, right?
Yeah.
He tells me, you know, I don't know what I'm more effed up about in my head, like the trauma I got. I said, what are you talking about? Well, there's this girl that Tommy Karate blamed for his wife ODing. His wife used to like to party,
Mm-hmm.
and her girlfriend used to like to party. And then when finally his wife passed away, he blamed the girl.
Okay.
So he put a hit on her. Ganji goes and tries to tip her off to go away. She doesn't listen. Ganji goes and takes her back to an apartment to sleep with her.
Yeah.
So now he's with the girl in bed. She goes to the bathroom. Tommy Karate calls up Ganji. Ganji's so nervous, he don't know if Tommy Karate knows
Yeah.
that he's with her. He didn't know if it was a temperature check or not.
Right.
What does he do? He says, hey, yeah, guess who's here? I got Phyllis here.
So he gives the girl up.
Gives the girl up.
Wow.
Tommy Karate says, hold her there.
Mm-hmm.
He comes up with his tools. There's another thing I tell you with Tommy Karate when I used to meet him a couple of times.
Yeah.
He always had his tool set, saws, and so he could dismember people. He walks up with a silencer and a pistol and his tools, right? And he tells Ganji, where is she? She's in the bed. She's in the bedroom or whatever, right? He goes in there, kills her, takes her from the bathtub. It's all in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Chops her head off.
Chopping her up.
Starts draining the body, right? He tells Ganji, Frank, come in the bathroom. Phyllis wants to tell you something. He walks in. He sees her head on the edge of the toilet bowl, edge of the sink. One eye's going this way, the other guy's going that way, and her mouth open.
Wow.
He says, Frank, you don't understand. What do you mean, do I don't understand? He says, I don't know if I get nightmares. I don't know if I get more nightmares over that.
Yeah.
Or that I became a rat.
Wow.
It's because she just got done
Taking care of business.
going down on me.
Yeah. And now
What do you want to call that? Fellatio, whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
She just got done doing that. I walk in, I see her mouth open, one eye going this way, one going that. Her head's on the
That's the last memory
on the
he's going
edge
to
of the
have of
bathtub.
that.
These are the conversations. I'm looking, I'm going, Frank, look, why don't you go to Pill Line?
Mm-hmm.
I says, I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
I said, I'm here to talk to you and stuff like that. But you know what? Why don't you go to Pill Line and get on something?
Yeah.
I says, no embarrassment with that, you
Yeah.
know? So anyway, I'm not laughing at that.
I know.
I'm just laughing at the situation where
it's
you go into the program and you're thinking, you know,
everything's going to become a little normal.
you can't make this stuff up, right?
Yeah.
I get there. Another kid I became really good friends with, I think he's still away. Kid Teddy. Teddy de Ptoro.
Okay.
I think that's how you pronounce his last name. His kid called a Raw Deal. He was a waiter. He got involved with a Philly war when they were warring up there. And you ever hear this song by Bruce Springsteen? They blew up the Chicken Man.
Yeah.
He's the guy that blew him up.
They blew up the chicken man.
The chicken man, yeah. He did a homemade bomb full of nails. He told me how he did it.
Okay.
Right? He blew it and detonated it, and it killed the chicken man.
Crazy.
Look, outside of that, if he was sitting here with us, I know I'm going to get a lot of criticism.
Yeah,
right? But I look for good in people. Right?
It's all right. Yeah, you always do.
This kid was a good kid. I mean, you talk about a good guy to do time with, just a good kid. Like, he deserves. All right. I know people are going to say, you never deserve to be out. Frank, you shouldn't even be out. Well, you know what?
Right.
Okay.
That's
whatever.
That's an opinion, and everybody has that.
This kid should be home. He did.
He just got a raw deal.
He's got to be in jail for he's got to be in jail over 30 years.
Wow. I don't know if anybody deserves that. I get it. There's
so I hung out
people that do, but
so the Philly guys I got along with in there. In Farrington with Teddy.
Right.
There was another guy walking around. They called him Yogi.
Yogi the Bear?
Yogi. Yogi was quiet. You know, I didn't know his personal life. I didn't know nothing about the guy. But as far as doing time, guy minded his business. Something like a model inmate. And he was always like very respectful to me, you know, respectful to everybody.
One of those guys.
Really good guy to get along with, you know. Yeah, I say outside of Carlos Slater, Nicky Bonds, there was a kid called, they used to call him Poe. Alpo. You ever heard of Alpo?
Yeah, the dog food. Alpo.
Oh. Martinez. They call you ever see the movie Paid in Full?
No, I don't think I have. You'd have to refresh my
him.
memory.
It's about him in his case.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to do a thing on that with about Nicky Bonds and Alpo, because I was in jail at the same time. The two of them were together.
Yeah.
Well, like, you know, Nicky Bonds was like the OG of Harlem.
Okay.
Back in the day.
Yep.
And then Martinez, Alpo.
Yeah.
Right? They call him Alpo. He was like the new king of Harlem.
Okay.
So it was like old meets new, you know? Because they were different age groups.
Right.
You know? That's a whole nother thing. But, yeah, I say Philly guys, Teddy, Phil Kleti, John Vesey. There was another kid in there. He talked like a disser.
Broken
Kid
English.
Rosario.
Okay.
This kid don't know what hit him. The Stanford imported him from Italy.
Okay.
To come in to do work. He gets jammed up. Doesn't know where he's at. This kid. He's like an alien. He's walking around the unit. They don't know what the hell happened, you know? But he was talking like a disser. But not a ballsy kid, you know?
Yeah.
And I tell you, the guys from New York, Ganji, Carmine Sessa, Johnny Pate. You had a couple guys from Jersey there. You had Tommy Riccardi. You had Don Borghese.
Wow.
A lot of Colombo guys. All in and out of the units. I mean, at that time.
Can't believe that many guys were in and out.
Yeah. And you talk about all the Colombo guys that flipped, they still had to put them on separation. So if you were a Persico guy,
right,
or if you were a little Vic Arena guy, they still separated them. And then you had this one and that one, and then Lucchese guys, and then this guy, Bonanno guy. I mean, it was, you know, I know how it is today, but back then the units were, a lot of stuff was going on. But it was interesting because the units are a place, like it's a very secretive place, and people always, they want to know.
Yeah.
You know,
Where
so
was it?
We'll go over that.
Yeah. That'll be good. That'll be good.
So now I told you about, I broke the kid's jaw, right?
Right.
So in the feds, they got a system where you get what's called a shot. So if you get into a regular fight, you're like in a 200 series, 220. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a fist fight, right?
Okay.
But both of you are engaging, you know? But if there's damage involved, it gets up to 100 series. So 100 is murder. 101 is the second worst. Serious assault or whatever it was, right? So now, mind you, I'm thinking when they let me out of the hole, they shipped that Cuban kid to Phoenix, right? They let me out of the hole, and I'm still, they almost ripped up my agreement for that. I remember the prosecutor came down, he was fuming.
Yeah.
And the agents went to bat for me, and they're like, hey, it's still prison. It's a fight.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Just that Frank Frank got the better of him,
Right.
you know? So if I didn't have the agents that I had,
Mm-hmm.
they would have ripped my agreement up. They
Wow.
would say you can't have them in the units, right? Now I'm walking in Farrington, right? I'm into my routine. Out of nowhere, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The BOP comes, right? I'm just walking. He locked me up. I go, for what?
For what?
The shot finally came back around that the agents
And
didn't
you've
do
gone
it.
months already.
Listen to this. The agents had nothing to do with it. Prosecutor's office had nothing to do with it. It was the BOP.
Really?
They come back and they says, we're formalizing the shot to a 101 series.
So you're screwed at that point.
We're throwing you in the hole.
For how long? They don't have to tell you.
Well, good question. So I go in front of a board and I'm there and I'm arguing with them. I'm saying, but I don't understand. This thing's supposed to be whatever. So they said, we're going to put you in. And they gave me 10 months
In the hole.
in the hole. Here's what happens now.
Whoa.
I get locked up in the hole, right?
Mm-hmm.
The hole wasn't that bad. Like, it's bad. Don't get me wrong. You're locked up 23 hours a day. You don't have no contact. You come out of there, you're like...
Yeah, you're almost a zombie.
Yeah. But I had a shower inside the hole. So it was a big room. It was a bigger room than normal.
Okay.
The ceilings were high, so I made it better because I was in holes where you really feel like you're in a can.
Hole. Yeah.
So the ceilings were high. I had a shower in there. And I had a lot of room so I could...
You can move around.
Work out, I can move around, I could do whatever, right? So you kind of get into a pseudo routine, you know?
Even in there.
Even in there. You don't know what time it is. You tell your time by the trays you get.
Okay.
So when the door knocks up, they got to have a sergeant there. You know, 2 cops have to go and lower the thing, and then, you know, one guy's got to be there to make sure the tray's going. It's bullshit, right?
Right.
Well, when the door cracked in the morning, I knew it was breakfast. So I knew it had to be around 5 to 6. Right? Lunch came around, you knew it was 12 to 1. Yeah. And then dinner time came around, you knew it was 5 or 6, right? And then we had to make a phone call. They would walk in a landline.
Really?
They would walk in a landline.
Plug it in.
Plug it right in and time you. That wasn't bad.
How much time they give you?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Wild.
Once a week.
Was it always 20 minutes?
Once a week.
Only once a week?
Yeah.
Man, that's some serious punishment.
If you behave, then it goes to once every other week, then it goes to once a month. It depends how good you are, right? And it caused no trouble. That's where I learned that technique when I told you with Joe Beck.
Yeah.
I was talking to the wall.
Yep, talking to the wall. It worked.
Yeah, I'd go up to the wall.
Have a conversation.
Yeah. I picked who I wanted to have a conversation with that day.
But it kept your sanity going.
Yeah.
Obviously, because you were, in your mind, you're having a real conversation.
Yeah. They let me out of the hole, right? So you go out for your hour rec for fresh air. They give you like a half deflated ball, doesn't even bounce. You walk around maybe 1,000 times, it's a mile. So you say, fuck that, you know? And then, you know, so you're in your cell, you're doing your push-ups, you're doing your burpees. You know, that's a popular exercise in there is burpees because you can do them anywhere.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I should be doing
Explain
them
that.
now.
I don't think anybody's going to get that, but you may have to explain that.
A burpee was designed by somebody invented it where you're standing up. You can stand up straight and then you squat down and get into a push-up position. You could do a push-up. And then you kick your legs back up, and then you could either add a jump. You could add a jump to it. There's a lot of things you could add to it. But man, they get you in shape. I should be doing that now. But anyways, burpees, push-ups, chin-ups you could do off the top bunk.
Okay.
You know, you got to like, you know, halvesies. You know,
you got to fold your legs under and just
you're folding your legs and pulling up.
Yeah.
So you get creative in there. Yeah. A lot of reading. So
did you have to stay in there for 10 months then? Did you do the whole
time? What
had
happened was I kept appealing, all this other stuff. On that bit I did, it was 10 months. But then you had opportunity to go back in front of the board. You know, they weren't trying to really.
Again, yeah.
Yeah, so I did probably on that, I did about 6.
That's still a pretty long time.
So I came out of there. And I had to literally like learn how to walk again. Because you're coming out of there and you're like, you're looking around.
It's a whole new world.
Yeah, you're coming out and you're like, wait a second, you're moving slow. You're moving very slow because you're kind of you're not used to all the space, you know?
Yeah.
And your skin is green because you're just,
Yeah. You're in the dark.
But don't forget too, here's what
23
happened.
months.
What happened was when the fight, here's what happened. When the fight first happened,
Mm-hmm.
I was already in the hole for like 4 or 5 months.
Right. That's right. We
they let
talked
me
about
out.
that. Yeah.
They gave me 10 months on the charge.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I fought them. They didn't want to give me credit
For the 4 months.
for the time I was locked up.
Gotcha.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
I got them to give me credit where, okay, give me credit on the first 4 months, 5 months that I did pending.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And later on, you give me 10. Why I got to start 10 now like it's fresh?
Yeah. I already did 4.
The same
And that was your
incident.
case. Yeah.
Right. So they agreed to it, you know? So technically I did 10 months, 4 and 6.
4 and 6. Yeah.
Right. Anyways, I get out of the hole. Now I got to be extra careful because I can't get into one fight.
Yeah. You can't do anything really.
Can't get into nothing now. And then, you know something too? A lot of guys know that.
Of course.
So now
they have the advantage.
Nah. Thank you. You know you can't do
nothing, Frank.
Right.
Yeah. I get it.
But I tell you the truth though, I had guys in there that would fight for me. Knowing
That's
that.
even better. Yeah. Knowing that you can't. So.
Yeah. And I tell you what, those guys
Mm-hmm.
were the Philly guys.
Isn't that interesting? Interesting. The Philly guys.
Yeah.
Came to the rescue.
And the Irish guys from Boston.
Mm.
I didn't talk about them. The Irish guys from Boston. There was this crew on there. I forget what case they were on. They were all from Charlestown and Southie. Tough kids.
They had reputations.
Sonny, I chose to hang out with them. Now, the
anyone
Philly
else.
kids, don't get me wrong. Out of the Italians,
Yeah.
I'd say, there's a couple New York guys. I can't take that away from them.
Mm-hmm.
But the Philly guys, the kids that were way with me,
Mm-hmm.
hang out with all day long.
Good guys.
Good guys. They'll take you back. They'd fight. They fight for you. They got your back, you know.
Good stuff.
The Irish guys, when I was in Otisville, because I was in a different jail, right? And I was in Otisville.
And that's
there was
the
a
Boston
crew,
guys?
There was a crew of Boston guys there.
Okay.
I hung out with the Boston guys over the Italian guys. There was only a couple of Italian guys there that were good guys to hang out with, like Mario Palagreco.
Mm-hmm.
He was a Colombo guy. He was down for a long time.
Yeah.
Nice guy, you know. The black guys, too, I got along with. Nicky Bonds, I worked with him in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Kid Alpo.
Yeah.
You know, I was cool with everybody. But as far as like the table that I had, where I would eat lunch and eat dinner and stuff like that, all the Irish guys.
That's interesting.
Charlestown, Southie.
Interesting.
Tough kids.
Guys you can depend on in a situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, they were something else. I mean, I love Boston.
Yeah.
I got to say the truth. You ever go to Boston?
Only once when I lived in New York. I only went up there
Where?
once. Right. Couldn't even tell you. Old Town, you know. Only went once, and you're talking probably 50 years ago.
Boston,
Yeah,
that's a city. That's a city I would live in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
Heartbeat, as they would say. Yeah.
I tell you why. It reminds me of New York. They got a little
history.
Italy.
There's big history.
They got a little Italy. They got a Chinatown. They got like these yuppie areas. They got their sports, a big sports town. And the people there, by default, for some reason, they're just loyal people. They're loyal.
Interesting. Right?
You make friends out there, you got loyal friends.
Forever, probably.
Yeah. They're not like they got that. They pride themselves on being loyal people.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you what, out of the nationalities up there, the Irish. The Irish, man. I'd hang with them before.
That's interesting because, you know, where I grew up, my grammar school, we were about 50-50. We were 50% Italian and 50% Irish. Everybody got along with one another. But you're right. A lot of the Irish guys were super more like, I don't know, maybe more friendly or more loyal is the word you're using. That they were friends till today. Some of them contact me on Facebook, and it's a bunch of the Irish guys. It's pretty interesting.
I'm telling you, man, I opened up. Okay, you know I had the Toby Keats out there in Foxborough.
Yeah,
right across from the
I
stadium.
remember
Right?
we talked about that.
But later on, I opened up a bar, an Irish bar.
Is that right? Like a pub, you mean?
Yeah, it was called Finn McCool's.
Oh,
You know, Finn McCool is like a legendary Irish fictional character.
in
Like
Ireland, you're saying?
yeah, like Finn McCool. Look it up.
I gotta look it up.
So it was an Irish bar,
Mm-hmm.
and then downstairs it had like an arcade area, like these
Okay.
barcades.
Yeah.
I opened it right downtown,
Wow.
right on High Street, near the what's that hotel over there? Oh, shit. The famous hotel,
Mm,
right on the water.
you got me.
I forget the name of it, but everybody will know what I'm talking about. I used to
Yeah.
stay there, and right across the street was my bar, right?
Okay.
My bar.
Bah.
It was right down the block from Bar Louie.
Bar Louie, that's a
Yeah.
famous place. That's a franchise thing.
So I had a couple good Irish kids running the place.
Nice.
And like I said, I always loved going to Boston because loved the people. And the area, man, is just, it's a cleaner, it's like a mini New York, but a
Mhm.
lot cleaner. The Little Italy there, the Little Italy, the North End is still intact.
Mm-hmm.
You still got your bakeries, your cafes, your delis, all that stuff, just like the old neighborhoods.
The old world stuff.
Yeah, it's still intact. You got Chinatown, just like back in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Southie became a real yuppie area. Southie,
Mm-hmm.
Charlestown. I told you about that with all
Charlestown,
the bank
yeah.
robbers and stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of these neighborhoods they gentrified.
Huh.
And it's beautiful. You got the Back Bay area. You got downtown
Sounds
Boston.
pretty. Like I said, I was there 50 years ago.
And then the suburbs.
Yeah.
The suburbs are
Suburbs
beautiful
are
too.
wonderful, yeah.
You know. Then you go to Rhode Island. You got all that.
Yeah.
Then you go to New Hampshire. You got all of that. I mean, it's really a
Pretty stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to Boston, if I had to go anywhere, if I had to go to a city,
Mm-hmm.
that's where I go.
Boston.
I go to Boston.
It's good.
Maybe this time I get a nice Irish girl.
At least you know they're going to be loyal.
Yeah.
If you're going to say anything good.
But
yeah.
these kids were.
Yeah.
I got to say it back when I was in jail with them.
Yeah.
They were nuts, but funny.
Yeah.
You know, yelling and screaming. You know, with their
Intentional
accent.
being silly.
Yelling and screaming like with their accent.
Yeah.
I just crack up laughing, and they would fight with anybody. Anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. They wouldn't care. Yelling, just nonstop. One kid just wouldn't shut. He was just going off on everybody for no fight. Like I'm like, do you like to? They just love to argue all day long.
Sounds like an Italian family.
Yeah, I got a kick out of them.
Even though
Yeah.
they're Irish, they want to argue all the time.
Yeah, man. They were just more hoodlums, even in population.
Well, better hoodlums.
Yeah, in
Sounds like.
population. I'm like, what do I want to run? There's a kid from the North End. He came in. I
Mhm.
forget his name. I said, you kidding me? Like, you know, like what like a poor representation. This kid wasn't a tough guy at all. And I'm looking at him going, he was supposed to like he had creds because he was from the North End. These Irish kids would have
Ate his lunch.
ate him for lunch. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna hang out with these guys. You know what I mean? Because I know they got my back. I got their back. They're
Yeah.
fighters. You know.
Yeah.
That's what I did my time with in Middleton, Plymouth,
Really?
all the Irish guys. Yeah.
That's wild.
hmm
It's good stuff.
And then when you go to Westsec,
Yeah.
nothing changed.
Still the same stuff.
I hung out with the Irish guys in there. Yeah, outside of the Philly kids.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple guys from New York I would bother with here and there. I look back, I can't believe. And then after you do your bid, you come home. After 20 years later, you get pinched again.
Yeah.
And I go,
And then you're going to face that
the
music again.
whole landscape changes. The whole landscape.
Well, I would imagine. What was the timeline between the two? That'd be a long time.
Exactly. I got out in 2000, and I got pinched in 2020. 20 years.
20 years. Start that.
Just like that.
Start that stuff all over again. 20 years later.
Now I'm in a county jail, federal holdover,
Mm-hmm.
all Mexican, which
Everything's changed, even in the prison.
no problem. Like you had all the Mexicans there, so you had the MS-13s,
Yep.
cartels, this and that. I had never had a problem with them. Never had a problem with them. Then I go to Latuna, Texas.
I remember that.
What's called Latuna FCI. It's in El Paso.
Mm-hmm.
1,500 inmates. 700 are Paisa.
Wow.
Paisa they call Paisan for Mexican.
Mexican, yeah.
And 500 sex offenders. I mean, you never. I'm like, what's chomos? As they call them, chomo.
Chomo?
Yeah, chomo.
Hmm.
Even the cops call them chomos.
It's wild.
Child molester.
Yeah.
Not all of them are child
Chomos, yeah.
molesters.
But they were accused of that.
Yeah, SO. So they don't call. But the nickname for them is they don't call them sex offenders. They call them chomos.
Chomos.
But
Wow.
they'll get abused through the whole jail.
I
Like
bet.
when they go, I mean, it's nonstop day and night. So they're going for food.
Yep.
Right?
Mhm.
Let's say a serving size is a serving size, right?
Mhm.
They'll give them half.
For like a child size. It's
Can't
comical.
laugh.
I'm sorry. It's kind of
No,
comical.
that's
I'm
child size.
laughing too.
No, but I mean,
It's comical.
this is
This is how they treat them.
The cops, everybody.
Yeah.
And
nobody likes that.
No.
It's sad to say that,
and some guys, they do get charged with a SO charge.
and don't deserve it.
Yeah, I mean,
indecent exposure technically is like that.
But what's obvious is, let's say we're online, right? Now, we're not chomos, right? So we go online. There's a couple chomos in front of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
They get a little
next to nothing.
We go there.
You get double.
Pounding on. 3 servants. So you're walking with your tray like, too bad,
Tough noogies.
Yeah.
I got another word, but I'll use it. Tough noogies, buddy.
So a lot of that went on, but I'll get into that.
Yeah.
That's a whole
That's
nother
a whole
thing.
episode right there. That's
at the end of the day, I had a friend of mine till today. That's all he says. Every conversation you have with him, at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, yeah.
I could talk to him in the morning.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. What day?
Today?
Yesterday? I'll talk to him midday.
At the
end of the day. I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense because
that sticks with people.
That makes sense because the end of the day is near.
Almost.
At night, end of the day. Okay, the day ended.
It's already done.
I told him, I said, you realize I know you for 15 years. Every time you say something on the phone or we're wrapping up something.
It's at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
Which is, I think it's kind of like, this is my last thought for this conversation, and that's what he's trying to say, but at the end of the day.
I got another friend of mine. Always says, in my humble opinion, drives you nuts.
I get that.
Doesn't that drive you crazy?
Yeah.
In my humble opinion.
And why is it humble?
Well, why? I didn't even ask for your opinion, and you're telling me.
But it's humble.
In my humble opinion, here's what I think. I have to say it every time.
I'm going to do that to you now when we talk. Hey, Frank, at the end of the day, in my humble opinion, at the end of the day, Frank.
Is the end near? So I want to wrap it up like this.
Okay.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
In my humble opinion. It was always a pleasure.
I'll see you when I see you.
In the game, Uno. Shout out to my Usos. Killing bills like Uma. Balls travel from Pluto. Big truck, soprano. Gabagool and